right, so we're going to start off at the bottom of our body and work our way up. I'm going to tilt you guys down just a little bit more. Because we're actually going to start off circling with our ankle. So feel free to hold on to something nice and stable here as you're circling. Maybe I get a better angle here. Trying to draw that big circle. Get every angle as a little gift for my ankle joints. And really, you've got bones in your feet moving here. You've got muscles that are sliding over each other. To reverse the direction there. Nice. And now we're just going to switch to the other side. And after we're done our circles through our ankles, we'll do some ankle calf kind of stretches. Reversing direction. Thinking about getting into every possible little nook and cranny. And if you want to, you can put both feet on the ground now. And now I'm going to sort of keep my toe planted on the ground. I really hope you guys can see this, but I'm going to keep my toe planted on the ground and I'm going to sort of draw that ankle circle using a little bit of leverage from the ground. So just in case this is hard to see, I'm going to act it out with my hands. This hand's the ground. My right hand is my foot. And I have the top of my toes in there and I'm sort of going around and then reversing direction for my right ankle. So now we'll switch sides and I'll do it with the other foot. So my left toes are on the ground here and I'm doing a coordination exercise, but I'm working around the clock here, trying to get a little extra stretch for myself by planting my toe on the ground here. Nice. And then let's do a little calf stretch. So I'm going to take a reasonably large step forward with my right foot so I can stretch my left calf. And then from here, I'm going to bring my body forward, keeping that left heel planted on the ground. So I'm getting a little stretch for the calf. If I want to adjust, I can take a bigger step or a smaller step to make it less of a stretch. And I can also lean into that front knee, or if I have a desk here, I can lean into that while keeping that back heel pressed onto the ground. Taking a moment to settle in and breathe. Beautiful. All right, let's switch sides. So I'm bringing my right foot back, stepping forward about as far as was good on the first side will be good on the second side. And now we're finding that sweet spot by bringing our body forward while keeping the right heel planted. Getting that nice calf stretch. Like I was mentioning before, if you do have a desk or a solid chair nearby, this can be a nice variation as well. Allow you to relax into it. Beautiful. Now that we've done a little bit of stretching and wiggling through that ankle joint, think about how your feet and lower legs feel. Do they feel a little bit better? Do you notice that you were really active yesterday and you could feel that they could use a little bit more love? Use this as a little check-in so that you can be even better to your body going forward. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to take care of our legs a little bit more. I'm going to do some circles for my knees. So coming to a little diagonal position here, holding on to something if I need to. And then we're going to do the stirring of the soup with a foot. Just to allow our knees to move through a range of motion without having to support full-on body weight. I know sometimes people will do this knee warm-up activity, which is fine, but it can also be nice to let your knee move without full-on body weight on top of it. Reverse the direction here. Beautiful. And we'll do the other side. See if you can make that circle just a little bit bigger. Get into a few more angles. And if you make the circle really big, you'll notice some involvement from your hip as well. All of those rotational muscles have a lot of work to do. Reverse the direction. With your legs, your hips, your knees, there are a lot of muscles that are wrapping around, supporting the joints and allowing them to move. And it makes human bodies very interesting and very functional, but it can also be like, wow, I felt this all the way up here. So now, as our little stretch, we're going to do just a typical quad stretch. So I'll start with my left leg again. I can hold on to my left ankle here, or I can hold on to the pant leg of my left leg. Or if I really feel like I need a little extra support, I can rest my foot on a chair or another surface behind me. So once you have your grip, you're going to draw your knees together, and you're going to go ahead and tuck your pelvis a little bit, trying to tuck your tailbone underneath you, and stand up really nice and tall, and breathe into that stretch. While you're here, just take a moment to appreciate what your quads are feeling like, what your knees are feeling like, any other leg sensations you might be getting here, hip flexors, giving them a little bit of your attention. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Again, holding on to something if that's helpful for you. My wall actually has a little bit of molding here at the edge. That's a nice little support, and then finding your grip that it works for you on your other leg, either the ankle, pant leg, or using another surface. And then just to act out what it looks like using another surface, I'm actually able to tuck my pelvis a lot more when I don't hold on to my ankle. I've got some quad tightness here. So tucking my pelvis underneath, and I'm feeling a nice stretch all the way from here down to about there. Taking a moment to notice any side-to-side differences. Being right-handed or left-handed and not ambidextrous means that a lot of us have those side-to-side imbalances. Beautiful. So let's place both feet back on the ground again. And I'll tip you guys up because I don't really need to be cutting off my head anymore. So the next thing we're going to do, just to be comfortable in our own bodies today, is a little bit of a twist. And I'm just gently going to twist using my own muscles to the right and my own muscles to the left. Standing up really nice and tall here. Inhale, twist. And exhale back to center. Inhale, twist. And exhale back to center. One more each direction. Just seeing if you can get a little bit more range of motion. Back to center and then to the other side. And back to center. So that was a little bit of active mobility for our body here. We're also going to do a little bit of a cat-cow style stretch here. I'm going to put my hands on my desk or my knees here just to support myself. And I'm going to inhale and arch my back, including my neck in this. So pushing the back of my head back, taking my shoulders, and instead of having them pinched in, opening up through my shoulders here. through the middle, back, and then allowing my lower back to come into it as well. And when I'm rounding, I'm tucking my pelvis under to really give my lower back some relief. I'm not allowing all of the rounding to come into my upper back. I'm also tucking my chin so that cervical spine that often has that little arch in it now has a little bit of a round or flat. It's getting a little variety in. And I'm going back and forth between these positions as is comfortable for me. Now this is also some active mobility because I'm using my own muscles. I'm also helping myself into the position with my hands though. So you sort of get to decide whether your hands are really helping you into that arching position or if they're just here for stability and I could be doing almost the same range of motion without my hands helping me. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, come on up. And we're going to come up to our shoulders. Just doing some shoulder rolls. Now I am bringing my shoulders in towards each other, up by my ears, all the way around, down and back, lowering them. Trying to get a really nice full range of motion here. Go ahead and reverse the direction of the shoulder rolls. Checking in with yourself, seeing which of these positions is easiest to go into. Like maybe dropping my shoulders is easy, but raising them up towards my ears is even easier. And which ones are really hard to really get into. Like when I try and bring my shoulders back, they don't go that far back. They go much farther forward. So just noticing those moments of, okay, there's a little front to back asymmetry for myself. That's definitely not caused by me T-Rexing up while I type at all. Whenever you're ready, drop both shoulders into a comfortable neutral position. I'm going to reach up with my right hand and reach down like I'm trying to touch my spine as low as I can on my back. And then I'm going to use my left hand to help myself into that stretch just a little bit more, just as far as it feels good. Check in with yourself, see if you can drop that right shoulder a tiny bit more and reach down your back a little bit further with your right hand. And whenever you're ready, we're gonna switch sides. So I'm gonna reach down my back with my left hand, and then I'll use my right hand holding onto my elbow to help myself into that stretch a little bit more. And again, using this moment to check in with your body and say, wow, how are my arms doing? My shoulders, my lats, the muscle coming down here. How's everybody doing today? Sometimes you have to take a survey of your body parts. And whenever you're ready, bring both arms up and down. And we're going to end with one last deep breath together. As you're taking this breath, I want you to think about the hot weather coming and what you're going to do to be kind to your body. I know drinking water is an obvious choice, but there are lots of other choices that can be helpful. Like maybe we're going to go swimming instead of take a run today or something along those lines. Or maybe you love the heat and you cannot wait to get outside and do it. So choosing something for yourself as you take a really nice deep breath here. And exhale the arms down. Have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. Take care. And thanks for joining me.